Mark, over the past few days, how have you and the squad gone about looking back on the positives of Tuesday's performance, but looking to resolve other aspects of the game going into the Watford match?
And I thought there was a lot of good aspects, certainly in the first half. The second half, obviously how that played out was pretty disappointing to concede the 3 goals after being in a really strong position, and you want more of the same going into the second half. There were loads of things that were good. You're playing against a top team. You're playing against a side that was in the Premier League last year, and everybody knows that. From our point of view, the fact that we had such a good first half ended up slightly disappointing in terms of we didn't take the 3 points. You know, we scored right at the death as well. So the good thing around it is that they've not given up. You know, we've kept going and created some good chances within that game. And in the second half, you know, for us, the goals we conceded were poor. I think from them they'll be absolutely delighted with the goals they scored, and then disappointed with the penalty at the end. But you know, we're scoring 3 goals against a team that were playing in the Premier League last year. I think that is something. But everybody in the dressing room was disappointed, although you know, pleased that we'd not lost the game and on the back of the work rate within it. So I've said before many times that you know, all you can ask for is 100%. They're giving 100%. Sometimes we make mistakes. Those mistakes are ending up with maybe in the back of the net or an opportunity for an opponent, and you know, sometimes those goals go in a little bit too easy for everybody's liking, and a lot of good attacking play was evident the other night, and we reflect on the bits that we haven't done right, but focus mainly on the stuff that we have done right going into the game against Watford.
Milan got his first couple of goals for the club on Tuesday night. Have you noticed a bit of a difference in him over the last couple of days or so?
Well, the day after, we only trained yesterday, so and yesterday was a light day for them because we've got a 3-game week. So you know, in terms of the way that they are and the way they carry themselves around the building, doesn't necessarily change very much. I think they're a good group, and you know what it'll do is it'll give him a lot of confidence. And I thought his all-round game was good, and it's improving all the time. So yeah, he'll certainly be in a good place, and as will the others. And you know, hopefully we've got session today, and we can get through this session and get the work that's necessary for tomorrow, because tomorrow's another day, another game against an opponent that are powerful and a really good counter-attacking team, as well as everything else. We've got good players in their squad.
In what ways have you tried to help Milan settle into the English game?
The club's good at that anyway, but you know, we do the work with him and talk to him around him and his attributes and what we're looking for from him within his scope. So, you know, looking at that, club helps players to settle in quickly, and obviously, you know, life alongside football and taking care of that as well, to give them less to sort of worry about and think about, and give them the ability to focus on what on the job really.
A fine finish from Bae Junho on Tuesday night. If he continues to show that sort of threat in front of goal, how important could he be for us?
Well, he's important anyway. I think, you know, he's got loads and loads of ability. He's really talented, and you know, the one thing in that position, you've got to contribute with assists and goals, and that's what you're generally judged on. You know, I think there's a lot of work that he does that goes sort of unsung, but you know, from us, he's been really important, and obviously in the absence of Lewis Baker, he's carried that mantle and done it. He's done it pretty well. I think from everybody's perspective, if he can continue in that vein, then you know, the importance of him grows and grows, and that can only be good for everybody.
Someone you'll welcome back into the squad tomorrow is Thomas. How much of a boost will that be?
Big boost, because he's been our most productive player this season. So, you know, Sober being available is a huge plus, because when you lose players, any players, especially in the circumstances at the moment, you know, it has a real impact. So, but we've got some good players there, and I thought that the performance, like I said, from everybody the other night was generally a good one. and certainly in the first half, it was up there with one of the best. Some of the attacking play was really good.
Sir Gina made his debut on Tuesday night. What did you like about his performance? But what has he got to continue to show to have a future career in the game?
Sid's just got to continue in the same vein, really. He's got a skill set that is that I like. I thought he did really well in pre-season. He played for us in pre-season in all the games, and you know, with some of the other younger lads, they've done pretty well, and we played against some really good teams. So Sid's used to, or certainly in the summer, was used to playing against high-level opponent, and continued in that vein on Tuesday evening.